Everybody, welcome back to the Lechtich Musa podcast. We continue with the Pele Yoeitz. We are on page 691 of the article. We are on day 244 in Hachzik. Continuing with Halbasha, clothing the needy. We move on, and we're going to finish this inyan today. If there's a person who Hashem has graced with great wealth and honor, this is how he should conduct himself. He should make a new wardrobe every yantif from head to toe, and he should give his worn out clothing to the aniyim. But make sure that the top bucket list is to Talmidei Chachamim. That they also have to conduct themselves with dignity due to their stature. There's an extra schus by giving it to a Talmid Chacham. And one must remember that what appears to the rich person to be demeaning and downtrodden and worn out, who would want this? It's very nice. It's very significant for the ani. So we learn out from this pasuk that everything depends on the measure of man, and therefore the quote unquote the garbage for the rich man is the gold for the poor man. So it's the same idea over here. A person shouldn't say, this it's going to the garbage. Think maybe someone can benefit from it if it's not completely worn out. If there's some more life in the garment, maybe I can give it to someone that will benefit. Now the Pele gives some relevant advice for a person who's distributing clothing to the poor. It's very interesting. The Pele mamish, relevant to every single scenario in life. Baruch Hashem, people live in times that there's Kupas Ezra and there's all these drop-off gemachim all over town. And the Pele reminds us that there's a protocol, there are rules, guidelines based on the Torah of how to do everything. A lot of times they say, it's not in black and white. So the Pele, I don't think there's anything he misses. This is just one volume over here. There's a whole nother volume we're gonna get to soon. We're almost finished. But the Pele is getting into how to distribute your old clothing. That means that there's halachas. That means there's guidelines. Ultimately, it means that there's Ratzon Hashem for how to do even the most seemingly meaningless, trivial matters in our life. So how do you give out? What's the advice for giving out clothing to the poor? A person should be meticulous. If he's able to recognize and know whether the one who receives the article of clothing considers it to be desirable and significant, as well as what he needs. Because in this way, he'll be able to tailor the donations so that whoever receives it will actually appreciate it. So if you know that you know a Talmid Chacham and you know he's a size 56 hat and you have a 59 hat or a 52, so don't give it to him because it's not going to help him. You know that his kids only wear black shoes and you have a bunch of blue shoes, so move on to someone else. But besides just giving it away and getting it out, the Pele is giving us examples. If we want to do it in the best way possible, go shmekais, go smell, go sense what the ani actually needs. If the never speak ill of people that are in need of this. Why? Never talk about the process, how annoying it is. I have to put it in the bag and then I have to bring it and schlep it. Don't do that, because this is going to cause other rich people to not give their used clothing to the poor. A good thinking person who is sound and settled in mind, what's his approach? Whatever his fellow wished to benefit him and bought something from him, that everything is subjective to the person. So it could be that even if it's poor quality and you bought it for a high price, and therefore you don't really favor it at all. But Maisa, for the ani, it could be very desirable. Similarly, if someone gave a gift that is inferior quality and he's always be thinking, always be mindful, never disparage the process, the system, and say, oh, it's annoying, it's schleppy, or that they didn't really appreciate it. Just do what you have to do. Be a good person. Be kind. Be mindful. Be caring for other people, and let Hashem take care of the rest. But never make any sort of notion that it's annoying, that it's hard, it's cumbersome, because then you're going to put a negative association in the minds of other people that are in the giving position, and then they say, oh, it's taka very annoying. I don't want to start schlepping, this and that. Then they say, just forget it, throw it in the garbage. Point is, we're meant to be nice to other people. We're supposed to try to help other people. And again, we don't know. The garbage of the usher is the gold. Often is the gold for the ani. So never make light out of this situation, and certainly never make fun of it, mock it. Now the Pele Yoeitz closes this whole sugya by talking about by praising the people that gave a lot of tzedakah and explaining how it could improve it even more. There are many places where the custom was that there should be communal funds to clothe the young children of the poor, and they would provide clothing from them from year to year, Chanukah to Chanukah. Fortunate are these people, and how great will their portion be in the world to come. Because they're doing a great mitzvah. But who would give them the inspiration in their hearts and find the ability to do this for the adult poor, meaning they only did this for the young poor people. But what about for the old people? That them and their wives should be clothed. Even who thinks that he is weak should step up and say, I'm strong. It's a great mitzvah. Which will cause Hashem to protect the givers and provide bracha and atzlacha in all that they do. A person wants to tap into the bracha, he wants to tap into the haftacha over here of the Pele Yoeitz. The Pele Yoeitz is saying over here, you want to know how to merit bracha. We just had Pesach, we have another Yantav of Shavuos coming up, we have many times where there are people in need, and Hashem needs us. Ish Esreu Yazar. Hashem needs that we should be one heart, we should care, we're shalsheles, and we're only as strong as our weakest link. And if there are people that are suffering, there are people that are hurting, that they're not conducting their lives in a dignified manner for whatever it is, that's not our business. Sometimes people say, oh, let him go get a job, let him do this, he's a Yoeitz, he's just sitting around. We don't know. Never judge is the first and foremost, most relevant musar that the Pele Yoeitz doesn't even talk about, because he was probably Melamed Chus, because these days people are always busy pointing. We can't do that. People are poor, people are rich. We're not one to talk, to judge, to make assumptions, speculations. Just be quiet. It's not your business. Hashem is the one who's zon mefarnes. Hashem is the one that's mechalka chayim mechesed. And if it doesn't come into your standards, don't be judging. Don't say it's because you have no idea. That's aleph. That's number one about judging and about rich and the poor. And if you're rich in your place of bracha, then look at it as the biggest bracha and matanim from Shemaim. But also never forget that it's a snap of a finger. Hashem. It's, as we spoke about many times, it's a galgal, it's a circle. And if you don't handle it right, you don't have the right approach to it, Hashem doesn't need you having riches. Hashem could give it right to that poor person that you're pointing fingers at and say, now he's the rich guy and you're the poor guy. So just be careful. That's number one. And number two is that when it comes, we're talking about being lazy, we're talking about just not being enthusiastic about it, and chas v'shalom making fun of the whole process. Never forget, and not only don't forget, but remember the opportunity. The Gemaras that we quoted over here, and the Pele Yoeitz himself is saying, you want a bracha? Kirabahi. This whole entire sug over here is a great, great mitzvah. And let's read these words again. Which will cause, this is Pele Yoeitz talking, Hashem to protect the givers and provide bracha, blessing and success in all that they do. You want more wealth? You want more oisher? You want more Hoin v'oisher b'veisam. Wealth and riches will be found in their homes. Doesn't just stop in this world. And they will enjoy the fruits of their righteous deeds in the world to come. Yusu bracha meis Hashem u'meisaniyim ha'am lamim. And they will receive bracha both from Hashem and from the unfortunate poor from who they provide clothing. Gibar ba'aretz yezarim v'nichu yisam on the land. Their offspring will be mighty ones in the land, and they will merit to bequeath their abundance to their heirs. So what the Pele Yoeitz is saying over here is, the next time you're thinking any sort of judgment about poor people, maybe you're thinking, I'm too lazy. You're thinking, maybe the whole system is just a joke, like they go get a jobs. Before you do any of that, remember the schos of what it means to give to others. Remember that if you do have money, that you're merely a bank teller and Hashem can change it all in the snap of a finger. Remember to always be thankful and channel your appreciation all to God, because it's He who decrees, He who fulfills. And lastly, remember the tremendous chesed is not just for yourself, but for your children as well. That you want to be Yisa Bracha Meis Hashem, Umeis Haniyim Amlumim, give to others. Show your children what it means to care about others. Show your children, show yourself what it means that this isn't mine, it doesn't belong to me, and I can do whatever I want with it, but there's a way of letting it have long-lasting, everlasting, eternal dividends, and that's by just giving it to other people, letting them enjoy. And then as the Pele says, those poor people are going to come in Shemayim. Yisu bracha meis Hashem ume'es haniyim ha'omlomim. We want chusim, we want the malachim to come and to applaud us and to cheer us on and to come when we need chusim. We want these unfortunate poor people to come and say, do you know what that guy did for us? He was a big usher and he lived great, but he took care of us. Don't we want them cheering us on, giving us the extra push when we need it for Schusim, not just for Yom Kippur, but L'Nitzach Nitzachim, the big day, the big Yom Adin. Gibar ba'aretz yezar v'nichim yisam aleim. And then when you do all of that, then it won't just be for you, it'll be for your offspring, to bequeath abundance to the heirs. It'll go forever and ever, it'll flow. Hashem will say, you're a good bank teller. I need you. Let's continue our relationship. Let's continue being friends, because I see that you know what it means. I see you realize who the Makar Bracha is. It's all me. And we can continue going. That's the Pele Yoeitz's promise. Keep it in mind.